a thread by Soul War. The corrupt who betrayed America and our Constitution are terrified. Listen to Georgia's top election official.
It has all gone too far. All of it. Joe DeGenova today asked for Chris Krebs, a patriot Grand Sissa, to be shot. A 20-something tech in Gwinnett County today has death threats and a noose put out saying he should be hung for treason because he was transferring a report on batches from an EMS to a county computer so he could read it. It has to stop. Mr. President, you have not condemned these actions or this language. Senators, you have not condemned this language or these actions. This has to stop. We need you to step up, and if you're going to take a position of leadership, show some. My boss, Secretary Raffensperger, his address is out there. They have people doing caravans in front of their house. They've had people come onto their property. Tricia, his wife of 40 years, is getting sexualized threats through her cell phone. It has to stop. This is elections. This is the backbone of democracy, and all of you who have not said a damn word are complicit in this. It's too much. Yes, fight for every legal vote. Go through your due process. We encourage you, use your First Amendment. That's fine. Death threats, physical threats, intimidation. It's too much. It's not right. They've lost the moral high ground to claim that it is. I don't have all the best words to do this because I'm angry. And the straw that broke the camel's back today is, again, this 20-year-old contractor for a voting system company just trying to do his job. Just there. In fact, I talked to Dominion today, and I said he's one of the better ones they got.
Dominion, okay.
His family's getting harassed now. There's a noose out there with his name on it. It's not right. I've got police protection outside my house. Fine. You know, I took a higher profile job. I get it. Secretary ran for office. His wife knew that too. This kid took a job.
I think you get the idea. Dwayne continues. Save us, mainstream media, they cried. I will, said the mainstream media, as we watched the dramatic performances trying to shame us into backing off, taking hyperbole, Twitter tirades, and opinions, and then weaving them into an outraged diatribe to condemn a sitting president who is, at this very moment, being forced to fight off a coup from these self-same drama queens who deliberately violated their sacred oaths. Well, President Trump takes his oath seriously, I assure you. And yesterday's kerfuffle by the Associated Press over statements made by Attorney General Barr are simply more sauce for the mainstream media's cooked goose. The mainstream media ran to breathlessly gaslight all the fear porn addicts who are still listening to them, cluttering up my Twitter feed in sheer panic and DMing me to ask, is this the end? Beautiful friend, I told you, you were going to be flattened by waves of disinformation and fake news until Trump's D-Day. I ignored most of it and unfollowed 3 people to stop the hold me DMs. I am not here to hold you and make you feel better. Got that? I am here to rattle your fucking cage without mercy. I'll let my brother's #1 fan explain. Brian the Great tweeted, sometimes all you have to do is wait 4 hours. The mainstream media are going to intensify their spin and twist everything that's said into a defeat. Get it? Mouse farts from the upper Klondike are going to sound like flatulent Godzilla blasts to those who are still, even at this point, unable to unplug from the mind poison. You folks have got to grasp this. The fourth estate has become a fifth column. They seek to control, not inform. People agree vigorously with me on that. And then 5 minutes later, DM me, Zomaphaga, did you hear about this? Link to unmitigated lying horseshit. What does it mean? It meant I'm wasting my time with that person because they're still programmed to think they deserve to fail. For those of you just listening, Tracy Beans tweeted, when are you going to learn to literally never believe anything the legacy media says? You all say that they are fake news that lies to you, and then in a millisecond, emotionally react just like they want. In a pre recorded interview with Joe Pags, I talked about what. All right, I don't know the rest, but you get the idea. And Brian the Great, of course, responds, she is right. Cut the strings. Dwayne continues, listen to President Trump directly or his official spokespersons. Follow General Flynn. Everyone else is suspect, and the lies are going to come thick and fast now. Try a thought exercise. Every time you hear a story from the mainstream media, ask yourself, is this a true story? Just that. Especially the stories that affect you emotionally, ones that you desperately want to be true or that scare you. I admit to being a terribly angry person these days. Not at anything happening to me. It's what I see being done to other people these days by the media and DC. To me, Harry Reasoner was the epitome of the TV news anchor, not Cronkite. You could never guess Harry Reasoner's politics, and he just stated the news. No spin, no commentary, just the facts of what occurred. Compare that to today, where every anchor wants you to choose a side. Social media is an amazing opportunity to socialize and entertain, but also to disseminate information and enhance your life experience. That is being squandered by monkey brains intent on ruling you into the dirt and then keeping you there. Use their platforms like a rebel. I do. You are not supposed to be informed. You are supposed to accept the narratives and obey. Break your conditioning. Break their programming. Program yourself, or someone will do it for you. Our government and institutions have been infiltrated by people with bad intentions. It took decades. Education was supposed to prepare you to live a good life, not indoctrinate you into a drone. The law was supposed to shield us from those who harm us, not to be a hammer to batter us into submission. Our military was to defend us, not engage in endless war profiteering. The legacy media is now an institution committed to manipulating and harming you. Learn to read its stories and narratives the way a Native American would the tracks of a rabid bear, so you can avoid the harm and warn others until the bear is consumed by its own malice. As I've warned of this for years, we now find ourselves in the storm. They will do everything in their power to stop what's happening. Notice I didn't say what's coming. Why do you think they're going full drama right now? As the DC element of our domestic enemies are hiding. It really sucks when you come at us from the shadows because the response may very well come out of those shadows. My job is to get as many people as possible from sucking on the diseased tit of the dying legacy media because it's mind poison that destroys your potential. President Trump and millions of patriotic Americans can free your ass. But if your mind and emotions are in the thrall of your enemies, you will never appreciate that freedom. You'll be staring glumly and fearfully out of your cage as we dance, sing, and enjoy the fruits from the Liberty Tree. So, how about not listening to them? Oh, you can hear them all day long, as I do. Just don't believe them. Without solid sourcing or evidence. Sorry if I'm coming across as grumpy. After 4 years of Trump savaging these dolts, you'd think most Americans would see right through them. By the way, Trump is preparing his coup de grace for a particular gadfly as I write this. It will be epic. The mainstream media won't be able to spin it as they're being tricked by Barr and Trump. Stop being afraid. Choose to be a happy warrior and fight the good fight. See you on the field. To support the works of Brent Cates, go to paypal.me/Brent Cates. And also, please check out the Americana Rising Teespring store, link in the thread.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.